Well, hello there, Internet. I am HamsterBomb, and this is a relaxing stream where we get to just draw with each other and talk about whatever it is that comes up in the chat today. I'm going to find something for us to listen to. I think, because my daughter playing downstairs, we should try to find Mario Kart World OST. Wonder if we can even find it anywhere. Here it is on... oh, here's a 7-hour video. Let's copy that link and take it over to DuckDuckGo so we don't have to listen to this with ads, because that would stink. Here we go. Excellent. Hello, Jack! Welcome. We'll just minimize this, because it's not going to tell me what these are from anyway. Hopefully our audio is at a good range. And let's get started. I don't recognize this, so it must be new. Most of the stuff in this game is a remix, though. Whoa. Why is this a spinning thingy? That was weird. Gotta click on the program. Oh, we're gonna draw in blue. That's Kim's coloring. She never fixes my brushes when she's done. We draw in black around here. We draw with hard round pressure size set to 8 pixels wide. May seem small. It's too small. Jazzy. Don't be fooled, this is Mario. Excellent. My favorite new track they have is a remix, a jazzy remix of Dire Ducks. It's so good. So good. I think we need to draw the lines on this first. Well, these straight ones are easy. Let's do that. Oh, but that's not how it lines up. Because these, if I remember correctly, line up only every other time. I'll have to erase and... Oof. This is gonna be tough. Because... Let's open recent. We're on page... Hold on. 82. So here's 81. The letters on. Oops. Yeah, so... I just drew this wall. Only every other line lines up. Best hand do it. Meaning I need to undo all of those. And hand do it. Okay, and probably a Bowser's Castle we're listening to of some sort. They're having fun making this. Twangy. Now the sketch is just getting in the way. Alright, we're gonna take all of that extra stuff and just get rid of it. Every other one of them. Yes, I enjoy the Dire Docs the most. There's quite a lot of great remixes, though. It's really, like, not a bad one. In fact, if there was a reputable awards show for video games, if that crazy idea ever occurred to anyone to create... Alright, to be fair, we got, like, golden joystick. But still. You're getting the joke I'm putting down here, right? If that ever occurred to anyone, then I feel like this needs to win a soundtrack of the year. It's so good. Even though it's mostly just remixes. So was Super Smash Brothers. But that's also a really good one. He's completely covering this one, so let's not even bother. Or at least he will completely cover it. Whoa, this looks weird. I wonder what this one is. Hello?
You made it. You're very late.
What? What are you for?
Yeah, this is kind of late.
I normally go home.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. It's late. Bye.
This is really good, too.
Okay. Next.
Oh yeah, Jack, he's, that's a fight. I don't consider a game of Heart Gold Soul Silver completed until you've defeated Red. It's like the actual final boss of that game. Alright, how the other lines in this look? They actually line up. And... Alright, let's... What the hell? Yeah, Trainer Red. They actually changed him up a little bit in Heart Gold Soul Silver versus Gold and Silver. In Gold and Silver, Trainer Red had an Espeon, and in exchange for would be the Lapras he'll get later. I kind of prefer his Heart Gold Soul Silver team, honestly. I don't know why I drew through so much of him. I joined to some sick jams. Absolutely, we are listening to the beautiful soundtrack we got for Mario Kart World. Some of the best remixes I've ever heard. Listen to that. Magic. Wow. This is an NES theme. Very nice. Whoever they got to do this, just oof. Beautiful. If this is Nintendo internal somehow, this person needs a raise. Whoever's doing this. Doing this to my heart. So by the way, I, before stream, tried out Dark Souls Remastered again. See if the controller thing was still happening. It was. Remixes that don't suck? These are magnificent. Magnificent. So yeah, not only do they not suck, they're amazing. Let's see what you would see here. I feel like I'm on a Mario-themed cruise ship. At least I imagine this is what cruise ships are like. Extremely high class and elegant. If it isn't Nintendo, I hope to God they had hired someone to make these and then steal it from a fan online. Wow. Why would you expect them to do something like that? Nintendo doesn't do that. I can't think of an instance where Nintendo has done that. Companies Nintendo's owned, Game Freak has done shameful crap like that, but Nintendo proper? No. This is Mario Kart. They ain't messing around with the Mario IP. If you don't believe me, here, check it out. This is what we're listening to. See? Mario Kart World. We're not listening to some fan-made thing. We're legit. Oh, I know this song. It's the DS theme, I think.
You need something? Okay.
Oh, I see. Get some work done. You probably leave that door open then. It's hot in here. Thank you. Weird looking hand, but it's her other thumb. So let's erase a bit here. I think I seem to be going to sleep on Bungie absolutely stole, but Game Freak is more of a situation where we all look at it and we're like, really? They would call it heavily inspired, but I'm with your camp. They basically took someone's work. Also, we say Bungie and Game Freak, but truly people working at those companies were hired and told to create whatever content, and those individual people made the bad decision to steal from online sources. The company didn't, like, agree in a meeting that that's what they wanted to do. Oh, I know this track. Da-da-da-da. It's from Super Circuit. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. At least they think it's Super Circuit. Cheeseland. Hello, Starscream! Welcome. Oh yeah, I didn't get to finish what I was saying, so I tested out Dark Souls, my controller again. It's still doing its thing. I finished a run, I died a lot. It was not good. It was practice, though, for being so out of practice already. But I finished with, like, 123. I was practically just treating it as a practice run after a while. Like, alright, I'm gonna go for weird stuff. I'm gonna go for the Blighttown slide, which I got both times. I didn't die. I think practicing Ceaseless Skip is getting me used to the Blighttown slide, but I'm not sliding all the way down Blighttown. That I don't know how to do. But I did, slide a good, quarter of the way. Cheeseland! At least I think it's Cheeseland. The mice would jump on you. Very nice. Bungie's case, the art team, including the art director, deliberately took material from an artist on Blue Sky they were following. I did see that, yes. Yeah. That's a bad situation. You should lose your job there. Do we see anything from this angle? Probably would, like a little bit of that. Is that a clavicle? No. I imagine in Pokemon's case, the artists were probably pressed for time and always had, as always, and had no inspiration whatsoever. Yeah, I don't chalk it up to a team being malicious. I chalk it up to just a product of their short schedules and some people making bad decisions. The kind of people who pass their classes anyway, even though they plagiarized their work. You know, didn't learn their lesson. What is this? Trying to get the chin right. Oh, yeah, the hair that's supposed to be drawn out of the side of that, but I don't have the space for it. Oh well. That's how you know our education system's screwed. Yeah. Have AI... She knows someone's work and you still pass. Well, maybe the solution is to have an AI instructor. I feel like nothing would be able to detect AI faster than another AI. When it gets really hard to tell the difference. Like right now, we can look at art and kind of squint our eyes and go, that was AI. I can see it. And then like 20% of the time we're wrong. There's those pixels, so I can't get any closer. Wonder what this track is. Forgot the eyelashes there. I know we're at a bit of a distance right now, and we shouldn't really see. Big eyes. Sounds familiar. What is this one? People hate AI art in Japan. Many people use it. Oh, they hate it everywhere. It's a problem. It's a big problem. Once its legal thing is sorted out, I think it would be to everyone's benefit, though. Even for art. I feel like for coming up with, like, concept designs, it should be allowed as a useful tool. You know, just help someone visualize an idea before they commit to it. And then hand do it. You know, that's the important part. Don't actually, like, try to sell AI art. Let's play around with AI mode since AI can answer everything. Oh, yeah. AI, well, not all the time. But, yeah, I use ChatGPT all the time. Every day. That's different. I feel like the text ones, that's the freaking future, man. That sure was a sound. I feel like I'm listening through Mario Kart history, but each track I'm like, oh, but which one is this? Which one is this? Use Grammarly a few times for my essays. Yeah, that's helpful. Usually for the ones that demand to be really well written. Nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna twist this way. I could see an AI being helpful for teaching how to draw or something of the sort to make your own work look better. Not only that, like, say it's like a history class, you know? A science class. Something where there's objective truths to it, you know? And then, like, you have an essay to write. The AI would be able to tell if another AI wrote your paper. So you'd have to do it yourself. Oh, we got the other side of the pantaloons. Alright, Ashland's done. Just gotta finish up Bowser. Did I have an AI mode to answer my question, which is why Kirby Game 2005 was canceled? It'll tell you something. See, that's the thing. Like, they're scripted to say stuff. No matter what you ask them. You could ask them a question that doesn't actually have an answer. Or, like, I could ask them something that the answer is not on the internet, and it will start speculating and coming up with answers, even though there wouldn't be one. Like, for example, when is R issue 3 going to come out? R being a comic that I made personally, like, around 2014. Maybe earlier. And I never got around to making the other issues because I started doing this. It doesn't know that. That's not logged online. But if I ask it right now, when will HamsterBomb's R issue 3 release? it will just spit out an answer and start talking to you. So you can't rely on it for absolutely everything. Especially for something that could be iffy. You gotta look it up yourself after asking it. The asking it is just for... You have questions like, oh, what phase of the moon are we at right now? Something that it can just absolutely get a definitive truth out of. ChatGPT would pull speculations like that from relevant sources. That'll say the same things. Yes, it cites its sources, which is a very good habit for it to have. However, yeah, it can still give you some stupid answers. I've had it tell me some really dumb stuff. I've had it go in complete circles when trying to troubleshoot and help me with stuff. What is this noise? It's too much fun to play around with. Oh, it is fun to play around with. I agree. Yes, really interesting questions to an AI that's chat-based. You can get some really interesting responses. It really should be treated like any internet search as guidance to narrowing down solutions to the problem you're having. Right, but it's also... These things aren't coded and created the way that we would expect. They're grown in a lab, like a living thing. And they are a form of intelligence that we don't even understand yet. Only AI can comprehend your problems much better than search engines. Yes. The search engine ones are merely trying to get you to the right place. And give you the information before you had to pull the page up. Anyway, it's not all malicious intent. It's like a race to make the best AI, which unfortunately can lead to people making the worst AI. Like a certain diabolical scumbag, Elon Musk, who created... Gorp? What's the one for Twitter that he changed the name of Twitter? It called itself Mecha Hitler. And, just threatening people, making, like, really disturbing sexual remarks about people. Anyway, that one was bad, and it was made way too fast. So, who's shocked that it had to get taken down, and they had to make a new one? All you gotta do is search Mecha Hitler and you'll find it. Reminds me of a previous incident where an AI went rogue. It was Facebook's doing, though. They trained the AI just on Facebook posts, and they wanted it to talk like a teenage girl. And within like a day, it was spouting the most racist, awful stuff you could imagine. White trash garbage. And it couldn't be stopped, and they had to shut the thing down and never turn it back on. In other news, this music is wonderful. Bouncy. And we just started. It's getting so sweaty already. It's getting hot in here. So yeah, that problem was still happening with my controller on Dark Souls, so I was planning today to do Dark Souls. So I gave it a quick test before I actually started. And I'm starting to think it's a software issue. Like it's a... I'll step away for a sec. I think it's a... starting to think that it's a Dark Souls specific problem with that controller. Ooh, more jazz. Bring it on. Yeah, let's finish the pants. Be a Dark Souls specific issue. I'm having the same problems with the Switch Pro controller. Well, I'm saying with Switch Pro controller, I think it might be a Dark Souls issue, and I tested it on different games. Was it, well, not like random input problems, I'm saying like full tilt specifically not acting like full tilt. Because you saw we tested everything software that I could possibly do. And I tested everything hardware. I ran out of stuff to test. ChatGPT was even just like, what are we even trying to fix anymore? We've been doing this for so long, I'm just confused. Thanks for the help. Thanks, AI. Yeah, it's my issue too. Buttons are fine. It's the sticks that don't work. I really don't want to have to buy a new controller just so I can play this game. I do have some other PC controllers I could test. The back of a calf. Moo. All right. To move on to the baseball. It don't look that bad. Let's do it. Tried on Left 4 Dead 2 and my camera would not stop swaying, jerking, or suddenly thrusting around when I made a tilt. Running wouldn't work most of the time either. That's worse than Dark Souls. That's really strange. I think the lines go here. Foul. Come on! Maybe what we have to live with there. Nobody gonna care. I see. I'm not sure then. Tried it in a more stiff game like 7 Days to Die. Camera wasn't jerking, but I noticed it was resisting my tilts quite a bit. Same with my movement, kept wanting to change direction. My guess, since there's a board in the controller, maybe there's an internal driver that is conflicting with Microsoft. I can't think of anything else. I gotta draw a batter's box. Poor guy's right-handed. It's one of the stupidest things in baseball. If you're left-handed, you have objectively a better chance at getting to first base than a right-hander, because you have 6 feet less to run. It's dumb. I'm saying this as a right-hander, but left-handers have many annoying things in life to go through, much worse than the 6-foot rule thing. But still, it sucks. Like, for a game this old, you'd think they would have, I don't know, had some sort of way to make it fair. But no, they will actually switch pitchers on purpose because someone's coming up left-handed or right-handed to try to make it harder for them. I feel like this is the one that should move. So I'm thinking something in the controller itself is conflicted with the level of switch on the other controller. Yeah. I tried so many things, and I'm just at the point where like, it just doesn't work. First base should probably be out here. These guys should be moved out a bit. Yeah, let's just grab everybody here and move them down. Now the pitcher's in the wrong spot. That's okay, I'll fix him. You should not see third from here. That was some music. I wonder what it was from. Donkey Kong? Probably draw the line around the Pitcher's mound. Do they still do that? Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. David Wise music, yeah. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Snubbed at the Game Awards. Family game, yeah, right. Have you even played a game? The Game Awards is for chumps. Nobody else will even watch it. Except for new announcements. It's like literally the only reason. Oh, just wish I could like tap a button and go back to center. Terrible. This Donkey Kong one is good. Why did I put so many bars in this? It's just gonna take forever now. Ugh. I need a light. Can't just stare at this. I don't remember if this side is home or away. I think it's away. There should probably be some extras here. Try to get a bench in here, it's kind of necessary. Here we go. Good enough. There's only 2 people there. All the smooth contemporary jazz gives me all kinds of moods. I know, it's such a soundtrack. Screen. Oh my god, I could draw off the screen. That little flake right there doesn't belong. Alright, yeesh. Da-da-dum. Kim just made me some stickers here. It's like I don't know where I'm gonna put him. Nice little Jack Frost sticker. He looks good. Super Circuit. I mean, alright, I think this whole back area is netted. Yeah, I should draw it. I don't want to draw it, but I should draw it. I played a lot of Super Circuit. Let's see. Rico Harbor? I know that beat. Rico Harbor. This music would almost go over your head with how intense the races can get. Well, a lot of it was for the open world part. So when you're just like casually driving around. I just drew empty stands. Oh, that's so funny. Whoops. Now we got a guideline here that I grabbed with a marker? That makes no sense. Oh yeah, I forgot this was open world. Yep. Because of course it is. Everything has to be freaking open world anymore. I swear. Open world does nothing but damage games that it doesn't belong in. Like, before I would have told you that Dark Souls is an open world game until the definition of open world changed. I would have told you that Metroid NES is an open world game until people made an actual inspired by open world game of Metroid and the definition changed. Ain't a fan of that. Still sounds weird to me, an open world racing game, though I guess Need for Speed's been doing that. Oh, it's just like there's all sorts of stuff to do everywhere. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. But I still find it weird. Somebody looked at Mario Kart and said, you know what this needs? It needs to let me drive anywhere I want. And give me, like... give me little challenges, micro challenges to do all over the map. Stuff to collect. The GameCube love. This is Luigi's Mansion for the uncultured among us. It's one of the best games on GameCube. Best of the trilogy as well. It's not close. Yes, I've played and beat them all. It's the best one. By a mile. Oh, we got room for an ad right here. Uh-oh. I went to say hi to Lump before we started, too. I would have brought him in here, but, of course, trying to stream while I'm holding a cat isn't going to work. And who knows how long he's going to accept me doing that. Anyway, for all your lumpy pics, there's lump pics on Discord now. Yeah, this looks like empty stands. Wonder if I should write something here. Can you grab me a copy of Luigi's Mansion on GameCube? My Wii and Game controller is still going strong. Have you not played it? Oh man, it's one of my favorite games on the console. It's so good. You know what's really weird? As far as I'm aware, that is the only game that I know that released before its console released. For a single day, you could purchase Luigi's Mansion when the GameCube didn't even come out yet. Now you know this useless trivia. It's so good. Been wanting to forever, but never had the opportunity. Oh. It's calling for you. What I love about it is it's a Metroid game. And none of the others are like it. None of them. Feel my brain expand by 2 micrometers. Yeah. I don't know of any other instance of that happening. And I find it to be interesting. And whether or not you do, you now know it. Home plate sure is a shape. Who came up with that shape? Who is that? Who is that person who did that? Nice head there. Stick. Guess we wouldn't see anything here on the front. They gotta wear tight pants because a lot of women watch this. Forced to by their husbands, and they're not actually interested. That's a good one. Gonna be paying a visit to the game store here, see if I can nab any Luigi's Mansion. Most of these GameCube games were like $5 or $10 a pop. GameCube games are so expensive. What are you talking about? If you can find me some GameCube games for $5 to $10 a pop, a copy of Luigi's Mansion for that, I will buy one. Send it to me. I will pay you. Ain't no way it's that cheap. It's like an $80 game. Not in this store, dude. No, there's no way. There's no way they're that cheap. Those are some pricey games. That store's going out of business. Just no chance. Just no chance. Kind of making this up as I go, trying to get something that looks like a catcher. I'm trying to remember what catchers even wear. It looks catcher-ish, right? He's covering his balls. He knows what's coming. Fastball, beamer, right down the gonads. Disguise. That's what's up. Got Code Vein, Doom Eternal, and Bloodborne with the Old Hunters DLC all for $45 total. That's $15 for each game. Those are kind of new, but Bloodborne? That cheap? It's the only one of those that Oh man, with the DLC, man, I didn't even get any of the DLC with my copy. Granted, Bloodborne's not very expensive. That makes sense. You're a whole generation off here. You go one other generation back, especially first-party Nintendo stuff, it's gonna cost you a lot. It's going to. Code Vein's not a very expensive game, neither is Doom Eternal. And honestly, Bloodborne's not that expensive. I just should have got it with the DLC. I didn't, because I suck. Oh, it's so cute. This is where the gorilla stands. The welder's mask. Anyway, this is Super Mario Bros. 2, if it's not painfully obvious. Or if you just haven't played video games. Haven't done your video game homework. Alright, for how small that is, come on, that's okay, right? That's okay. With the older gen stuff, the prices were pretty consistent. Granted, they're all used and trade-in. I don't care. Unlike GameStop, they're not cheating people out on the quality of their products. I would spend so much the money that I don't have there. That I don't have. You know, I saved up my money and I got a Witcher board game again. I got Witcher Old World and now I am getting Witcher Legacy. They always make sure stuff's working when properly labeled as non-functional. That's a good store. I don't have a store that's that nice around here. Well, I have some, but like none that price it completely wrong. That's the thing. Awesome. Great. I need a number between 1 and 99. Somebody give me a number between 1 and 99. Been a while since I've been there, but if the prices went up, so it'd be understandable. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Totally understandable. Pitchers always have wild hair. Let's get this guy. Some while there. 56! Let's go with Jack. He was a little more certain about it. Alright, we're There you go, Jack. For you. Now when you turn to page 82, and the book was better, you will be able to tell people I came up with 56. Even better, that's you pitching. You just look completely different. Oh shoot, I need 2 more numbers. Oh, my SpongeBob reference. Yeah, 24. 24 is the SpongeBob reference. I'll put the 24 out here too. Jazzy Waluigi Pinball? I wasn't ready. I can't. Can you truly walk your dogs during Waluigi Pinball Jazz? I don't know. I don't think I've heard this one in the game yet. This guy's gonna be like shoving his butt out. You know anything funnier than 24? 25. Giving that nice cheeks. What the women are watching for. We just gotta poop. 24 gotta poop. Yeah, 24 gotta poop. Now I don't know what the sketch was. There's just like this long thing coming out under him. This is Boop. This is Boopy. Super Boop. Alright, let's get first base in here. Proportions are way off, but at least it looks okay. I got one more person to go! This guy's gonna be scratching himself right in the butt. Oh, and I need another number for this guy who scratches his butt. What's a butt scratching number? It's a professional team. Keep it. Let's say a professional butt scratching number. Here, my number when I played was 9. So, this is me. Completely not paying attention. Alright, we can finally move on. Ta-da! Oh my god, all the grids. Okay. This looks like it's not quite where it's supposed to be. Did I really scribble in that thing? How did it look on 21? Here we go. Off the rails. But you know it's time to raise our sails. Cool. Let's open... like... 79. Nope. Didn't put anything in there. Best part of that song is it has a little beat that does the original Donkey Kong theme. So I had to trade over my team from Diamond since they were higher level, and Red went down pretty easily. Yeah. Leveling in our Gold Soul Silver's not easy in post-game. You beat it, but at what cost? What level was your Heart Gold Soul Silver team? actually. Mid-late 50s. Oh, yikes. How'd you beat the other gyms? Must have just had a really optimized team. Really good team, and then low level. Yikes. Yikes. I beat Red with just my Shuckle. Shucky. Specifically Shucky. I wanted Shucky to defeat Trainer Red. That's my first Shuckle that I raised. Was Shucky. The one you're not supposed to raise. You're supposed to hold it for a bit and give it back. Actually, this is really messed up. I gotta fix this. Shucky, I think beat Trainer Red at like level high 60s, low 70s, somewhere around there, by himself. It was hilarious. Here's one here. And now that we got that done, the in-between bricks. I need these, boy. That blue light. It's a lot when the sun goes down. No, I could turn on... Well, my sunset thing should be turning on soon. Team was no coverage for water types, so I was always going to struggle with this Lapras and Blastoise. Yeah, his team is just ready to throw down. Especially with that Blizzard going on. If you don't cancel the Blizzard... Oh, God. That's like the first priority, is trying to cancel the Blizzard. My Shuckle couldn't do anything about the Blizzard either. And water types were my weakness as well. Yeah, if you got like 2 blizzards or 2 hydro pumps in a row. I think he took 3, but no, 2 if I couldn't get a rest off. No, it was totally 3, because I could survive 2 of them, because then you wake up, and you can do something else. But usually, by the time they came out, I was okay. I had my setup, my double teams in place. I have one little mistake out here. QL. Just drew through them to make it easier. Nope, don't draw in that panel. Stop drawing in that panel. Now, Shuck took him down pretty quick. Not quick. Effortlessly. Just showcasing how busted Pokemon was. Kinda is. still busted. Stat manipulation is really overpowered. Okay. We're gonna erase from here anyway. Right. He looks like a mess to clean up. Let's clean up Ashland first. We should keep our space in this and just keep listening to it next week. It's good. Wonderful. You think Nintendo's gonna claim this stream? I gotta fix this face. You know, let's just erase our way through this. Fix the characters and then just get on the drawing. We don't know exactly where his hair is going to be, so let's not erase that yet. Probably will be there. Right. Do we have any more to worry about? Yeah, we do. Okay. Woof. Ow, what was that? Oof. I just poked my shoulder. Ah, and my pen found a zip. Owie. Let's, no, we'll go move first. Work our way up. I did not know that song. I don't know this one either. I played a lot of Mario. back. Kim gets on me for that every time I screw it up. Really foldy. The ice levels, I think. GameCube. That one. Yeah. Don't know what it was called, though. I gotta make sure I get that shoe. Let's just do it now. Do you have a line? Yeah. Making sure he's looking the right way. Guess we're starting from that shoe we started. How do these shoes look? No laces? Okay. Sounds familiar, but I'm not sure what it is. Oh, he's back. Missing Gray Jazz again. This one's just ending. Let's see what we get next. High energy. More what I would expect from Mario Kart. No. That's you. That's how you tear it up on a xylophone. Draw this pair in the previous panel and I didn't draw this neck thing? Yep. Continuity error. Man, I'm bad at continuity. Jeez Louise. Has that energy, huh? Times I had to scroll up on my fictions. This is more than I could admit. Scroll up on my fictions. What are you trying? What? I don't understand what you're saying. When you planning on doing some more SMT5, by the way? Live or otherwise. Continuity. Oh, yeah. I see. Writing. Yeah. See, I haven't done the writing part in like 5 years now. It's like, writing's the easy part of the comic. Well, it's not easy, but you know what I mean. Less time consuming. It takes way less time to conceive of an idea than it is to execute it. fart noise is a failure. Hardest parts are always conceptualizing and putting in writing. Not when you're drawing it. If you gotta draw it, that's the hardest part. If you're just talking about the hardest part of writing, yeah, the hardest part's coming up with a good outline that you're gonna stick to, where everything works. Turning the outline into a script is pretty easy. Was for me, at least. But trying to figure out what exactly you want to have happen. Sleeping piranha plant from Mario 64? That's such a cute lullaby. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. Who thought of this? Give them a raise. Yeah, that's mostly all I understand. Never delved into working with comics. Or just, like, illustrating, you know? You gotta have a cover to your book. Or chapters. Those are appreciated. Yeah. Just need art. Words and pictures always kind of go together. I don't think I ever stayed near a sleeping piranha plant this long to hear its song. But more Mario 64, please. That's Resident Evil, I'm not sure. Comes to what I want to stream next week. Either more of that or something else I got on Steam. Show. Did I put a C on her hat over here? Yes, I did. Yeah, it's just too small for the detail. Right. Alright, now we just do the background, paste, move on with our lives. Certainly won't be while my CPU gets taxed enough on that thanks to Capcom flooding the optimization again. No, I think I am done playing Monster Hunter. Like, done. I'm interested in playing the board game. But, not the main game. Community sucks. The, updates suck. New monsters suck. The story sucks. In ways that I never would have expected them to fail on. So I play other stuff. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing SMT5 with you, even if it's just like some offline stuff. That's why I was asking. I don't know if you are interested in doing that, or if you want to stream 100% of it. But also don't let me tell you what to play. Like I said, I'm just eager. Alright. I did not get enough sleep again. A little bit of grass. Kim's grass use colored is great. So much better than what I'm drawing. Yeah, so that plan in mind about getting me an angel memory progression for boss stuff. Okay, so you're still gonna... Hold on. So you're still planning on starting your next stream at Tokyo Tower. So and you want to play offline at one point. Okay. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, having a good healer against a boss fight's kind of important. Either that or just be prepared to switch in reserves when they die. Because everyone's gonna die. Yeah, I'm just debating if I want to start Stream of the Tower or stream the preparation where I left off. Yeah. Because you're still a ways from the tower. At the pace you're going, you probably have like another whole stream to get there. But that's because you were playing it one step at a time. Fighting absolutely everything. That's how Kim plays it too. Yeah, I'm taking my sweet time. I'm excited to see your Piali in action. That's one demon in 5 I never really raised too much, even though I was real excited they were adding him. I don't know why I never raised one. Maybe how I play the whole game, to be honest. You'll probably change your mind when it comes to dungeons. When you're trying to puzzle solve something and, like, you take 2 steps, there's another enemy, and take 2 steps. It'd be maddening for you. You'd probably be like, alright, I have that one, let's get around him. You would see through this. We have not saved in some time. Yeah, I played the game pretty slow at first too. Fusing so much stuff. And then feeling butthurt when I would turn a corner and there's something right there. And then immediately tell myself, it's okay. The one I made is better. I have every intention of yelling on the boss in general. If it's really good, just might be best in the long run. I don't know about the boss. Like I said, you got a lot to go through first, but remember, Piali's gonna be weak to that boss. And he might go down in a single hit. And give the boss a press turn. Plus there's other demons that outclass it, which I'm sure there is. There's so many demons. Don't have to worry about it. There's so many demons. I mean, for the boss, just, you know, like any other boss in any other JRPG, in a party, you're gonna want, with a party of 4, probably like 2 damage dealers, 1 supporter, and 1 healer. But that's if you're, like, scared. Real scared. If you think you can out-damage them, 3 attackers, and 1 supporter/healer. Or if you're real confident, 4 attackers. There's one thing you can't do with an essence in that game is you cannot give a demon new affinities. They are what they are, you can't change it. That's a Nahamino exclusive thing. You can give them new moves. Like, Piali with Bufu, honestly. He uses Bufu, I think, because he's water. Pretty much what I'm doing. 2 damage, 1 support, 1 healer. Right. Now we just paste this. Why did it paste it there? It does move slightly down. Not much, but it does, just a bit. Paste again. And then it's gonna move slightly down again. Yeah, gotta see where that ball's going. Just making sure that's still off screen over there. Oh, I'm gonna have to draw a little bit more of that tree. A little more of this one, too. Ah, as the dialogue balloon was in the way. I assumed it was... I assumed badly. Pretty sure my Piali has Mudo. Oh, yeah, well... It will learn Bufu attacks. It has to. I would expect it to. It's a water-dwelling swamp monster. You know, I would expect it to do Bufu. At least in SMT, it's a water-dwelling swamp monster. In its lore, no, it's more of a forest spirit. Yoshi? This is nice. Let's just go one panel at a time. We'll finish this one. This one's easy. Just got Ashlyn poking her nose out here. Got a hand. Let's do the hand. One on it you played a lot of that I don't really know anything about is Pal World. How does that compare? Or is that more of like a screw you Pokemon game that people played? You know, because the Digimon also exists. I don't know if you played Digimon. I played a Digimon. A few. Digimon's okay. I drew this hand over and over again, just trying to make it look like a feminine hand, because I kept drawing masculine hands. World Combat plays similar to Pokemon, though no element type has more than one weakness. Kinda means like each time you're in combat, there's just a solution. But if you don't have that coverage, you know. Pretty sure Digimon is more like a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. Virus, vaccine, and data? If I'm remembering correctly. It's very old, so I should remember. But I think it's virus, vaccine, data. Expecting that to go to the Donkey Kong theme. There's also fewer of them: neutral, fire, water, grass, earth, ice, dragon, and dark. The way it works is one element is strong to one but weak to another. Only fire has 2 strengths. Okay, so it's just wider rock, paper, scissors. That's fine. There are too many in Pokemon. To be honest, it started with too many. It wasn't just like adding Steel, Dark, and Fairy. There were problems. Even as a kid, I knew adding Steel was a problem, because it changed, like, Magnemite. Never used to be a problem. And then Magnemite got hard to kill, because he became Steel-type. And then, like, Mr. Mime is now Fairy. So many unforeseen design changes. Oh well. Only fire has 2 strengths. Oh, really? Coverages aren't as important as you'd think they'd be in Pokemon. Obviously, it's resisted, then it deals less damage, but the higher the values, like level stats and IVs. And, trust. Okay. Resistances almost become null. Oh. That's why Watson used to give me problems in Gen 3. I remember in Gen 2 getting confused as a kid, hitting Magnemites with Tackle or something, going like, why is this doing nothing? It's just an electric-type Pokemon. Yeah, he's still using Thundershock, it's still an electric-type Pokemon. I don't understand what's going on. It's not like there were press releases or anything going on at the time. All we knew was something worked until it didn't. Can't see them pixels. See the pixels? You're too close. Teach your pals any type of color move. I heard a pal called Jormuntide uses 2 stab moves, Water Dragon, and an Earth move to cover against Electric. Forgot to mention that element. So like in S&T, you can teach anything to anybody. In 5, they have specialities, though, so a certain demon will do better than another. But you can always power them up, make them do better in something. Unless they never did well with it to begin with. If they never did well with it, you can't even give them a Sutra, is what the item is called. We're a little past our original time, by the way. However, Mom and Clover are out. Mom being Kim. So I got some extra time. You can also participate in battles as well. It doesn't have to be just your pals. They can do the heavy element damage and just pepper them to death with cuts. Yeah, I remember that was the big thing that Nintendo was mad about, was the guns. It's not their responsibility. I don't want to get into that. I was just curious. Ideally want your pal to help you in a fight. They get more HP and power than you, and enemies will try to kill you just as much as your pals. That's a panel. Just 2 more. Could just finish this page. Maybe. It's kind of asking a lot. It's got some more figures on it. Oh no, that stays there. Dang it. Just erase the whole thing. Catching them is pretty much the same as Pokemon, other than all that. It still combines it with your run-of-the-mill crafting survival game mechanics. Yeah. I didn't expect much out of that game, to be honest. It more existed to have a bunch of hubbub and get, you know, just say something about the fact that Pokemon games are crap. The thing is, if more people just played SMT, they would have known that by now. Let's erase on, but oops. Most resources are infinitely replenished. Basically, a factory slave sweatshop we can also work in. Of course. heat up your furnace or something more for your mine materials for So the HM system, the concept of the HM system. Which I'd always wish they'd do more with, but they just don't. Saying the concept of the HM system was that your Pokemon can do things outside of battle based on their abilities. That's what the HM idea is, not, you know, locking you off from doing stuff. What an HM was supposed to be. Was, oh, and it's an exciting thing, you know, I have a Pokemon on my team, this is what the Pokemon can do. A little round in this one. Not sure what the problem is. That eye's in the wrong spot. That's why we sketch it. You should be up here. But Kim says just move on. Can't make every panel perfect. As long as you can tell who the characters are, honestly. They can innately perform certain tasks in your base based on their types and appearances. Stone type and water crops and rock. Yeah, it's the conceptual HM system. Yeah, they can do stuff outside of battle based on who or what you've captured, enticing you to capture more. Yeah. What can I see under this? That's the sketch layer. That's what that is. I'm glad people are enjoying it. To me, it seemed like the kind of game that came out just to get a bunch of attention by pissing people off. causing, what's the word? Controversy. It was a controversy game. So, like, I don't understand. We've had rated M Pokemon for a long while now. Why is it a controversy now? Did anything come out of, Nintendo, like, that, patent got overturned, right? The one that said that Nintendo owns all Monster to Ally games? Something like that. Played Pal World more because of how buttered Nintendo and TPC got, as well as the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct. I also have SMP5 to flip the more. Unfortunately, there's not enough people who are making the transition for them to care. I wish there were. Looks a little better than the sketch. That's the goal. I don't know about the patent. All I know is no one cared about it enough for it to be an issue. Problem is, like, it's a legal binding document that says they could walk in and shut down a game. Like, Persona 6 is being developed right now. If Pokemon wanted to throw their weight around, they could come into Persona 6 and say, I'm sorry, we have a patent that says, legally says by the government, you are not allowed to create this video game because it infringes on our copyright. And Atlas would have to abandon the project and say, we're sorry. That's legal. They actually have this ridiculous patent. And it doesn't matter how correct we know Atlas would be. That's not the point. Because of that patent in the most recent Nintendo Direct, I just got fed up with Nintendo and Pokemon in general. Pokemon Company. I'm not mad at Nintendo. I still love Nintendo. I'll probably always love Nintendo, no matter how evil they are. Nintendo makes some really bad decisions, but they're not as evil as the rest of the industry. Honestly, like, I just want Satoru Iwata Nintendo back. That was Nintendo run by people who loved games and just wanted to make good stuff. And we're just proud of what they've done. Now, most of those people have either died or are retiring. I'd second that, and Nintendo was the golden age for them. Yeah, and then the poor guy died of cancer, Satoru Iwata, believing he was a failure, very similar to Gunpei Yokoi, another legend for Nintendo. He died believing he was a failure. Gunpei Yokoi's most recent thing he did for the company was the Virtual Boy. He made the Game & Watch. He made the Game Boy. He made tons of games on those things. He, like, single-handedly changed that company from a toy and card game company into a huge video game company. People attribute that to Shigeru Miyamoto. Nah, man. No. It was Gunpei Yokoi. You don't have the hardware, you can't do any of that. He also made games, too. Like I said. But no, he made the Virtual Boy thinking he was gonna do this big, like, advancement for the company, and we know what happened to the Virtual Boy. He saw that, and he realized how much he screwed up, and his own company was about to get shut down, he thought, because of him, and then he died in a car crash soon after that. The man died believing he was a failure. Satoru Wada, an amazing figure from HAL Laboratories. Worked on all sorts of games. Became the president of Nintendo. Started Nintendo Directs, did everything for video gamers, and brought the attention of the new stuff to the gamers, not the investors. And they still hold this up today, so I do really appreciate that they do that. However, his last thing he did for Nintendo was the Wii U, and it was his big idea. A little ahead of its time, didn't quite have it right yet, because eventually that would become the Switch, the like the biggest frickin' console ever. Unless you're an idiot and you seem to think that people buying cheap DVD players for PS2 counts it, which it doesn't. Anyway, you gotta figure out how to count the actual sales. So, people actually buy in a game console. It's the Switch, by a mile. So, he dies from cancer, thinking he ruined this company that he loved. But the last thing that they were working on was the Switch. And it was his last-ditch effort. Yeah. Now, at least we have a good story about the Switch to tell, but, like, he'll never hear it. You know, he's gone. It's awful, but he's gone. And business people took his place. Because of course they do. You know, like, we saw Doug Bowser, the face of Nintendo, like, what, twice ever? Once was his announcement, and the other was him saying he's retiring. Like, you expect you're gonna get a new Reggie Fils-Aimé, but then when they're gone, you don't realize how special those people were. So, the company's not inherently evil, it's just currently not under the control of the best people. But historically, the company has had great people behind it. Much, much better than the rest of the industry. It's had industry leaders. And, they own the Pokemon Company. Remember, the Pokemon Company was a different entity. Just because they own them doesn't mean they're, you know, gonna jump in and tell them, alright, this needs to change, you need to step in and do this. No, they just collect paychecks. And expect Pokemon to keep selling. Which it does. Which is another problem. But for my point, though, it just doesn't matter. You know, it's not Nintendo's responsibility. I only see a green in their eyes. Well, I mean, if you bought a company with the intention of them making more product and money for you in the future, duh, of course. If I bought the Pokemon Company, you think I'm gonna go in there and, like, try and have them change a bunch of stuff that's better for the gamers? If I actually had sway over them, I would be nudging them in the right direction. I'd be asking them, can we try to slow this down a little bit, you know? Or hire more people, you know, and that's just a bunch of expensive decisions. I would get voted out so quick, and I'd get fired and lose my job. Or, what a color yen you are. Or you accept that you just let it ride, and you're gonna get boatloads of cash. You know? There's too many investors behind it. Too many people who are scared to change anything, because if they change something, the formula may not work anymore, and the money may stop coming in by the bucket load. And yeah, I'd much prefer to see companies that aren't getting that kind of attention, like Atlas, and I'll play their stuff instead. Not out of spite for Pokemon, but because it's genuinely more fun, and I hope eventually Pokemon will be fun, but I'm probably not going back. I tried with Legends Arceus, and it was a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. It was so bad. Initially, that makes sense, but in the long run. Oh, I understand. I would make the argument for them too. But I also wouldn't want to lose my job in this hypothetical situation. Is that, like, I know how the industry works from what little perspective I have, which is probably enough to Dunning-Kruger say that I understand how it works when I don't know anything. However, from my limited perspective, if I was able to walk in there and tell them from my point of view, if they wanted to get people like me back into it, this is how they do it. Unfortunately, that's not the target audience they have. How long would it take until even the newer generations lose interest? That's the thing, though. Most of Pokemon sales are capturing new kids, so it doesn't matter. They kind of plan on losing you. You know, and that's a natural thing. It's nothing malicious behind that. You know, like cartoons don't expect you to watch forever. You know, and maybe it is the natural thing to move on from Pokemon to something like Pal World and then move on to Shin Megami Tensei. You're just moving up the ratings board, basically. Yeah, I understood what you meant. Up the Pocket Monsters corporate ladder. Now, what they don't see any money from you collecting old Pokemon cards. They want you to be buying new booster packs and spending boatloads of cash that way. Though that market, I'm cashing in on that market. I'm selling all sorts of old Pokemon cards. We made videos about them already. Doesn't matter to me. Sell them. Sell them. And we just sold, a Mew card. I pulled out of a pack myself, like, I don't know, 10 years ago. I put it in a sleeve because it was, you know, a neat foil. And it just sold for $500. Somebody on the internet just paid $500 for a little piece of cardboard. Like, that's just irresponsible. Like, these are the kind of people that are playing the new games. They don't care that they're bad. You know, they care that there's Pokemon in them. And that's why they're never gonna change. So, if they're never gonna change, whatever. I'm that kind of crazy with Shin Megami Tensei. You know, like, I told you about the board game situation. Now it's basically a scam. I still gave them my money. It only came out later that it was almost certainly a scam, though. I probably would not have given them my money in the beginning. It was a Kickstarter campaign. It's a weird line. Let's try to straighten up here. We got one last panel. And waited a whole honkin' page. In just like 3 hours? 2.5 so far? If it's 2.5 so far, it shouldn't take us that much time to do the rest of this. Wasn't that Kickstarter campaign backed by Atlas? I would assume not, since they basically scammed you. They got the IP license from Atlas. However, I have messaged Atlas and Sega and Kickstarter, alerting them to what's going on. They're almost certainly going to lose their license. And if that happens, they have to give us refunds. So, yeah, I might have just saved everybody in that campaign. But yeah, they basically ran a scam. They took all the money, said they're working on it, but they never show anything. And then the Japanese backers pointed out that they took the money and opened a cheesecake shop in Japan and have publicly announced that they no longer work on games anymore. Now they just work in the food industry. Yeah. I told Atlas and Sega. Getting a little hungry. A little hungry. one last set of profiles. I think they're the largest ones, too. Sure hope you get it. Follow up on those messages if you got it. My refund? Luckily, legally, I'm not worried about my refund. Because, as far as credit card company, crap. As far as the credit card company is concerned, if you pay for something and it says it's going to be, not delivered until, like, 2028 or something like that, 2028 rolls around and nothing happens, you can file, with the credit card company and get your money back. That's just how they roll, which is cool. Where that line came from. Nah, damn it, I gotta get rid of this too. Oh, shoot. So many layers. I should have done layers, honestly. So yeah, I can file with a credit card company, and they just delay the company who's behind this scam, ICREA, I-C-R-E-A. They just recently said that, production will actually start next year, and delivery will be later the following year. Meaning they just pushed off without knowing it. They just pushed off when everyone can get their refund. So, they said something's foolish. I'm not concerned. Yeah, gotta continue this here. But yeah, like, I wanted that board game. Unfortunately, I don't buy it for a second. What do you mean? Oh, that they're gonna do it? No! I don't buy it. But it needs to get shut down for Atlas to get someone else to do it. If they're even willing to get someone else to do it. I don't know, this company was so shady from the start. I just wanted to believe that they could do it purely because I wanted a Shin Megami Tensei board game. With a bunch of, demons, you know? Sounded awesome. Aggressive, but would crack down and threaten a lawsuit. I already did. But, since everyone started calling them out on stuff like this, me included, they stopped responding to comments, and they stopped posting updates. Unless it was to ignore people and say they're pushing off stuff again. So, yeah, it's shady as hell. I feel like this is the same, face. I will have to stop and feed the cats if I can't finish this soon. Just got a little dot here. Is it up on this one? Yep. Continuity, man. I'm so bad at it. Wouldn't surprise me if governments had to get involved just to get them to cough up. Well, luckily there are protections, credit card protections. I'll be okay. It was an expensive game, too. Also, the, should have known that something scummy was going on when people found out that the images used to showcase what it was on Kickstarter was all AI. Yeah, it was not even real. No, it looked nice. You can look it up right now yourself. And I was just so captivated by all the demon figurines and getting to paint them all, even if the game sucks. Even if the game sucks. I didn't plan on the game never coming out. Piali's actually one of the demons that they made for it. Well, this scam. I was actually thinking of making a YouTube video about it just to, like, make more public, Can see it was AI before you said something. Yeah. And, Atlas publicly condones AI, says that they will never use, or no, that's the opposite. They say that, no, that's right. Condone is bad. Yeah, that, they never use it even in their, concept arts. And somehow this company broke their requirements. This was copy-paste. And I'm just gonna draw it anyway. It's not completely copy-paste. Her hand was in a different position. But, like, look at the demon list. Look at how nice the figures look. I mean, come on. It looks awesome. The gameplay sounded terrible for people who demoed it. And yes, physical demos of it exist. They even had convention tables showing it off. I've seen photos. Some of the backers even went there and are convinced that this is not a scam. I followed that SMT project for months before it finally went live. I was one of the first people to back that too. I think I was backer like number 8. That's how fast I was when it finally popped up. And then, like, they had no stretch goals. And the way that they reached them was super weird. Instead of money amounts, it was how many backers total. And then when they actually reached those totals, they were like, oh no, actually, it's only backers who pay for the full thing, not backers who back us by $1 because they're scared that we're running a scam. Yeah, this music is actually wonderful. This is a little bit large for her arm. Try and trim it up a little bit. Nobody said the Mario Kart World soundtrack had to be this good. Alright, is that action? Oops, we got a line. Since I made her arm a little thinner. Yes, that's Ash. Now we just do bow, and we're done with a page. Well, I just didn't get to finish on time. But it's okay. See them in just a bit. They're coming home. I need more space for game merch. Honestly, getting a board gamer figures would be so sick. You know, I'm hoping to get the Monster Hunter board game. It's made by the same people who made the Dark Souls one, and as long as you're playing the new rules on Dark Souls, it's awesome. The original rules suck. The game is ruthlessly hard on the original. But it's like a really fun strategy co-op game. If you play new rules. Anyway, the Dark Souls one I really recommend. Ah! Jakes! You don't have to run into me. Hi! I haven't played Monster Hunter yet, but I've heard good things about the board game. Another game that I've got is actually not a licensed one at all. But if you look up the Kickstarter campaign for a board game called Enormity, I should be getting that in like a month. That actually closed its campaign right after the SMT board game one did. So for a timeline of how long we've been waiting for SMT to do something and they haven't even started yet, it's never gonna happen. Still an eyeball on bust to the 4 horsemen from Darksiders. Oh, from First 4. Didn't they only do 3 of the horsemen? They didn't do all of them. They'll probably do it, though, because now we're getting a Darksiders 4 with the last horseman, correct? Darksiders always needed to be a quadrilogy. Hopefully it's better than 3. You've told me 3 was problematic. I'm almost done, Squirt, okay? Get rid of that line. Just... It's original Rainbow Road.
What? Yes, that's okay.
Oh, Darksiders 4 has you playing all 4. That's cool. Of course it would. That makes sense. Because it's gotta be a finale, right? Genesis is the one where you play as the 4th alongside War. I see. It's the GameCube one, I think. GameCube Rainbow Road. After this, we have to draw a giant stadium again. Ba-bum, ba-bum. I watched you play Darksiders 1 and 2, so I don't know any other Darksiders games. I just knew there was a 3rd. You said you didn't like 3. Okay, what I do next stream, Darksiders 3. Of course, we'll be back to console streaming. Yeah, still don't have an Elgato. The console streaming is obnoxious on yours, honestly. It's so hard. I don't mean to complain about it, but it's really tough to watch because I have to constantly refresh. So I can't even like stop and just listen to it. Just climbed up here and he's got to run already. Yeah, I know. I hate it too. Yeah, it's obnoxious. Honestly, I kind of figured you would just find something on Steam or do some Steam streaming until you got that Elgato thing. Darksiders 3 just doesn't exhibit the same feel as the first two, whereas 1 and 2 feel like God of War mixed with Zelda 3. It's more like God of War mixed with Dark Souls. That's... Well, when people say mixed with Dark Souls, what do you mean by that? Because that doesn't work with everything. And Zelda 3 is the most Metroid of them all. And in a way, Dark Souls is a Metroid game.
Draw that hand and I'm done. I promise.
we listen to this ridiculous victory music from Mario Kart World.
Ridiculous.
What? I don't either. Probably was supposed to be the thumb. Not a great hand, but it's small. Okay, now we turn off the sketch, make sure there's nothing stupid anywhere that I forgot. Respawn, I think that's weapons. Oh, so it truly was trying to be like Dark Souls. That's a hideous bow face. I gotta fix this. It looked okay on sketch, but now it looks terrible. It's still ugly. Put the eyes in the wrong spot. Okay, I promised I was done after that hand, but this is a step. It doesn't look so stupid now. What's that line? I keep getting lines randomly in the sky. There, done. Hit a baseball. Okay. Oh, yeah. So that truly is what it is. Okay. Anyway, they're back. I streamed for an extra hour to try to finish this page, and I'm glad we did. But now I need to get going. How far did we get on this Mario OST? Yeah, about 3 hours on the dot. So if we went to the 3 hour mark, we can continue this next time. I guess it should have been exactly 3 hours. That's how far we got. And now we can close this out. Thank you, Cameron, and anybody else lurking, so much for joining me today. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more. I will see you this weekend. We're going to play some more Shin Megami Tensei 4. Boop.